In today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 theories for how GTA 6 is going to end. While the entire community is on their seat waiting for trailer 2, and we still have a year or less until GTA 6 actually releases, here are my top 5 theories for how the game is going to end in Rockstar fashion. Now in a year when the game is actually out, I'm going to revisit this video. But the first theory, this theory I like to call the plot twist, where the Bonnie and Clyde decide that they are no longer Bonnie and Clyde. As in Rockstar fashion, they always seem to have some sort of betrayal. Now, maybe this will end in a fiery blaze of glory like Trevor, or maybe a fall to their death like Michael. If they decide to take this route, with Grand Theft Auto 6, you may see two people from two different lives get together in a life of crime, and it ends with one of them killing the other. This theory is what I would like to call the plot twist, because they are painting it out, or at least all of the insiders have painted it out to be a Bonnie and Clyde story, and the IRL Bonnie and Clyde were shot to death in their car together. But maybe Rockstar wants to put a spin on this real-life counterpart, where one of them betrays the other, and possibly they get into a large fight and have to kill one of the other. This would not be a new thing for Rockstar, considering they did this with Micah and Arthur. My biggest pointer of this theory is the fact that Lucia tells Jason to trust her.
Trust.
And that brings us to theory 2. This one is the most predictable. As I said before, our main characters are Bonnie and Clyde. How else does that end? That story ends with both of them dying by United States Marshals. And in the trailer, you see some federal agents, which are the United States Marshals, kicking in the door of a hotel, where there's obviously junkies residing. They might be looking for Jason and Lucia in this, and the second that they find them, they go out in a blaze of glory. There's a huge shootout, but Jason and Lucia both die, probably an emotional moment, where one of them witnesses the other one pass away, and then crashes out, and gets shot and killed by the marshals as well. This is the most predictable ending, considering the story is a Bonnie and Clyde style event. And with this might be the hardest thing to watch. Both of the characters die, and there is no playable extra like John was with Arthur dying. Rockstar have not taken this route, as you always are able to play after the story ends, but maybe it might just be lights out this time for Rockstar to keep it a little spicy on their story end. That is the most predictable ending for Grand Theft Auto 6 next year. And with that being said, this brings us to Theory 3. Now this theory is a lot like the first two, except this one is a little more unfortunate. Both characters have been fully in love with each other, as Bonnie and Clyde have been robbing Waffle Houses and banks and pawn shops, as described from the leaks and the trailers that we have seen over the years. Somewhere along your 40 to 100 hour playthrough, they run into something tragic. One of them gets killed either by the Haitians in the trailer, the police in a shootout, or something that just absolutely you can't predict really, like a car accident or something. But one of the characters die, either Jason or Lucia, maybe the one you have more or less playtime with. This would be them aligning it almost directly with Red Dead 2. How Arthur died and then you play as John, except we would have the character we play as completely witness or not witness in person the death of their spouse, significant other, and partner in crime. We would then watch the character that you have still alive go through trials and tribulations, as they no longer have their other person and they have to figure out how to do everything by themselves. Maybe Jason can turn into an alcoholic here, maybe Lucia gets on drugs. This one I think is my personal most likely one that's going to happen, because I kind of figured from all the games that I've played from Rockstar, this is kind of how they usually end games. It's usually something sad. So we might see something like this actually be the case. We watch our character down spiral after they've lost one of the other main protagonists. This brings us to Theory 4. Now in this theory, this one is a surprise, really, because this would be completely accidental. The two Bonnie and Clyde are typically used to robbing with one another, but somewhere along the lines, they accidentally kill one or the other. Now, If Jason does this, he's going to be a wreck. He might even crash out. We might even see Lucia go back to prison over this. Maybe she gets blamed for Jason's death and doesn't get acquitted of all of her crimes. Maybe she adds Jason's death to all of her crimes she already has committed with him by accidentally killing him. Or if he accidentally kills her, he goes to jail for her death while all the crimes that they both committed were completely blamed on her. That would be the most unfortunate way to twist this story. And this is where the choice and consequence aspect that Rockstar has added to Grand Theft Auto 6, shout out to all the developers, is going to come into play. Because possibly you might be able to pick between one or the other in all of these theories. Or you might be forced, like Grand Theft Auto 5 could have been if they didn't add Death Wish. This would be a sick twist of fate to watch one of your most played characters die or your least liked character die, but it still ruins the character you do play as, depending on who you choose. We may see them revert to a very miserable person like Michael or Nico, full of hate and want revenge. Maybe Lucia becomes a female Trevor because of Jason's death, especially if she causes it. Or vice versa. And with that being said, this brings us to our final theory. Theory 5. The most unlikely. Yes, this theory more than likely is not going to ever happen. And I would be extremely surprised if it did, because this is not Rockstar. After months of being on the run, as the two protagonists, Bonnie and Clyde, Jason and Lucia, in 2025, Florida, decide that they are going to hang up the guns, turn themselves in, and completely leave the life of crime. This theory would be completely different from what anybody could predict, because Rockstar decides, let's just completely change the way the ends of our games happen. If they did do this, I think there would be a lot of backlash. I feel like people would be pissed off, and I think that Rockstar had fully ran out of ideas for this. Now, could it happen? Yes. Will it happen? I don't know. Is it possible? I really hope not. Because who wants to see the bad guy eventually give in to the law and just give up? Unless this was the motive that Rockstar had written, and this would be the craziest plot twist of all time. Might be a little disappointing, but it definitely would be different, and it would be completely different from the way that they ended both of their Red Dead games and their Grand Theft Auto 5 game. They did give you the option to let all characters survive in GTA 5 though, but GTA 4 didn't see the same thing. So this would be definitely a new topic, kind of like Days Gone, where all people survive. But these have been my top 5 theories for how Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to end in a year, and if I got any of these right, I will be revisiting the video within 2025. If you guys agree with any of the theories that I had come up with today, please leave a like on the video so that more people can see it and also relate. If you have something that I didn't talk about or something similar in a new ending that I didn't think about, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. It has been FatalShotty. I got some more videos on the way. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'll catch you guys again soon. Peace.